So sick. Ugh. Waiting to see if anybody comes on. I'm waiting to see if anybody comes on. Hey, big sis. Your butter. You cracking me up. You're cracking me up. So, as you can see by the description, I said I'm making a jewelry box. I'm going to be making it. I'm making a small one to the one. As you can see by the description. I don't want to hear myself talking. So I'm going to make a jewelry box, but I'm going to make a small version of the one I made. Moderation act. Okay. I can't stay, but I saw the notification, so I'm here for a good time and not a long time. You get on my nerves, girl. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Lady T. Sorry, I can't get on. I'm driving. Shay is doing well. Just got off the phone with her. Very good, very good. Y'all know the notifications don't come to my phone, so my laptop, I mean my iPad is somewhere. But if y'all talk to Shay again, tell her, hey, I love her. I'm glad she's okay. So again, tonight I'm going to make this heart, and this is using. Let me just show you what I'm making it out of. I'm making it with this from Dollar Tree. This is not the size that I made the other one, but I'm doing this for demonstration purposes so you guys can see actually, what I did. So this is a Wi-Fi board. You get it from Dollar Tree. For some reason or other, they have these hanging in the plant section. Over there where you get the where the succulents are and the the floral forms, the green floral forms with the, over there. They're over there. They're not in the wooden part of the Dollar Tree where you get the rest of the Crafter Square woods and all that stuff. So anyway, this comes like this, and you just pull it off. Just pull it off. Of course, this is going to be ripped, but it doesn't matter because this is going to be the bottom. And you can do this bottom any which way you want to do the bottom. Okay? So we're going to be working with the inside. And this is only going to be part one. So this is the back side of the board, and this is the front side of the board. Well, you see I actually took the Wi-Fi thing off, and I tried to sand it down a little bit, but it'll have to be sanded a little bit more, but I'm not worrying about that right now because we're not doing that. So you have the option of either painting this before you put the towering tumbling blocks on here or afterwards. I'm going to paint it afterwards because I'm going to be painting the whole thing. Whatever color, I'm going to be painting the whole thing. So it's not really going to matter if I paint it now or not. So here I have wood glue. I have wood glue here. And I like this wood glue. It's called Super Glue. Wood glue. And I got this from Dollar Tree too. And I actually have to get some more of the wood glue. Because these things, the little tops disappear. They get clogged up. These things get clogged up. And then you have to... I'm doing this Johnny on the spot because I really wasn't going to do this. But I don't feel well at all. Today's the first day that I've been able to work without my hand/wrist hurting. I haven't had my brace on all day long because my hand really hasn't been hurting today. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for that. I'm serious about that because That thing was putting me through it. So thank God for that. We had church in here today, honey. We had church in here today. Thank God for that. You never know where God gonna show up at and what He gonna do and who's gonna want Him and who's gonna seek Him and all of that. You just gotta be ready at all times. You just never know who might want to call on the name of the Lord so they could be saved. You never know. Just be ready. That's all I know. Is just be ready. So Gerald was ministering to somebody today, and I guess they heard the word. I don't know. But it ain't my business. It ain't nobody's business but them and God. Amen. So I'm going to use this wood glue. You're going to need about, I counted this and I don't remember how many I used. But I'm turning this around so you guys can see. Now, the original person that I saw doing this is named Bonnie Blings. Bonnie Blings. I saw her on YouTube and she made it wasn't a jewelry box, but it was a box. I mean, it was a heart shape that she used towering, whatever these blocks are called, towering tumbling blocks she used. And I'm following what she did, Bonnie Blings. I'm following what she did, but I'm taking it to a different level. I'm making a jewelry box with mine. She didn't make a jewelry box. And when you're doing this kind of thing, you want to make sure that you're actually following the curves of the heart. And when you do that, it's going to leave open gaps like this right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can lift this up. You see right here, it's going to leave a gap on the outside, but not really a gap on the inside. So what I did with my big one that I made, I used some caulk and to close up the gap, because you don't really want to see that gap. I don't want to see it. It might be okay with you. It depends on how you're going to decorate it as well, if the gap matters. So the jewelry box that I made, you really can't tell that I used tumbling blocks with this. You really cannot tell. And for me, this is a kind of a slow process because I want it to be nice. And, you know, Bonnie she loves doing tumbling. She loves doing tower block. She loves doing tower block DIYs. If you go to her page, Bonnie Blings, and she doesn't know I'm doing this, but I'm just giving her a shout out because I don't want to be using somebody's idea without shouting them out. So she always encourages people to make what she does. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. And this one's a little different than the bigger one because I'm finding that I'm having more gaps in the back. But like I said, box. But this one is smaller than the one I made this past week. And it took me several days to make it because of my wrist, having problems with my wrist. But I'm not going to do too much with this today because I don't want my wrist to start acting up again. I can already feel it trying to act up. So we're going to try not to be too long because I don't want my wrist to act up. But how's everybody doing? How's your day going? Today in Philadelphia, it was nice. It was chilly though. Shoot, I ain't finna lie. It was chilly, and then we keep getting all these news flashes about getting water because the water supply was infected. I said infected, was contaminated by a spill, and now they just sent out an alert saying that the water is fine, and you don't have to worry about it now. But I don't believe them. I don't believe them at all. But who am I? I'm not a tester. I wouldn't know. So needless to say, we dealing with the water crisis right now. And from what I heard, people were in the store fighting over water yesterday. People were being greedy and not considering the next person and was trying to get all the water. From what I heard, I wasn't there because my husband and I go to the store and we're both in our wheelchairs. We can't be fighting people in the store trying to get water. So when we realized that they were really being serious about this, all of the stores, from what we were told, were out of water. So what I wanted to know, what I wanted to say is this. I know everybody has their own life and life is busy for everybody and yada, yada, yada. But if you know somebody that's disabled and you know that they can't get to the store to buy stuff, can you and make sure that they get water? Can you check on them and see if they're, okay? Can you check on people that are, physically challenged, mentally challenged, people that don't really have a car or a way to get stuff? Can you please check on them and see that they're okay while you're making sure you're okay? Can you please do that? Because it's other people, there are people like my husband and myself who have to depend on public transportation and we're in a wheelchair. And by the time we get somewhere to try to get some water, it's gone. Or even if we go, we might get caught in that crazy mob where people fighting and carrying on. But usually if we find out something and try to get to a place, it's too late. So all I'm asking is if you know anybody that's disabled, physically challenged, and can't get somewhere when it's a crisis like this, please check on them. I know you're worrying about yourself, and you should, but please check on those who are or don't have a car, or unable for some reason or other to get to the store. Please call and ask, do they need the help? Do you need water? Are y'all good? Are you okay? I wouldn't want anybody I know who is physically challenged or disabled or had a 93-year-old mom and nobody calls and say, oh, do you need water? Call us and say that they would help us, and then we had somebody else call as well. One actually helped at late, and not late, but this afternoon somebody did come and bless us, and we are so very appreciative of them doing that because they surely did not have to do it, and I'm completely grateful. And my sister, she said she's going to bring us some water. I just like for people to think about stuff like that because you do have people who are without and they can't get to the store. And that was our situation. But thank you to Gerald's cousin who really blessed us today. And my sister says she's going to bring us some water tomorrow. Now, even though they said that this is not really contaminated, the water's not contaminated, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I really don't believe that. But If you thought enough to think it was contaminated, I don't know. You know, the news tells you what they want you to know. So you can see the little gaps in here. But we're going to work those little gaps out. We're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. So now you're on this curve right here. So what I have to do is I have to start this block like this and then go around because it needs to back like that. But we're going to make it meet up, or I can just take it and start it this way and just have it meet like that. And that'll probably be better because that'll keep the flow going on the block. Y'all, I am feeling super duper 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 sick today. My throat hurts. My throat really hurts bad, and now my nose is running. Hear me? No COVID, nothing. What is all that noise I keep hearing? What am I hearing? I don't know what I keep hearing, y'all. Somebody's phone. But I know it's not my husband's phone because he has it with him. And it's not my phone because I'm recording on it. So can you guys see what I'm doing? Process, for real. It's a real easy process. You just follow the shape. That's it. Follow the shape. And I think I used 40 something. I used 40 something blocks. I don't remember how many it was. Follow the shape around. What'd you say? Compassion, which too many don't have anymore. That's true. But you know, since I've been in the community of those that with challenged abilities, I've learned a lot and I've seen a lot, and I recognize that even before I became a part of the community of those with challenged abilities, that I didn't think about people without, with challenge abilities when things were going on. And of course, I knew people in my life that had challenge abilities, but I didn't call people and talk to people and ask them if they needed things and were they okay. I say that with regret because it just wasn't something that I did. Because when you don't deal with people on a regular basis who have a physical challenge, even a mental challenge, or or a a mental or developmental challenge, if you don't really deal with that person on a regular basis, you really don't think about their needs. Let's just be real. If you're not in that type of position, you don't really think about it. You don't really think about asking somebody, are y'all okay? Do y'all need water? When you go to the grocery store, do you need me to pick up anything for you? Do you need a ride? We don't think about those kind of things because it's not a part of our life. For real, for real. And I'm just being real about it because it is what it is. But now that I'm in that situation, not just me, but my husband as well, it's a hard lesson to learn that, people don't really think about you. They go places, they don't invite you because you're in a wheelchair. So they don't make special accommodations for you. And to a certain extent, I understand that. To a certain extent, I understand that. But, sometimes it's a hard thing to deal with when you know that you are physically challenged and nobody calls and say, do you need anything? Can I help you get anything? Can I, no, nobody. And yet you see everybody running around getting water. And nobody calls and says, do you need any? Knowing darn well we can't fight people in the store. Of course, I wouldn't want anybody to fight in the store for us or for themselves over some water. Shoot, a push come to shove, we would have to just boil some water and pray over it, and then allow God to bless us, while everybody else is in the store buying water. You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, when you can, be kind and think about those that may not be able to be in your shoes. Just, think about other people while you're thinking about yourself and your family. I just wanted to say that. Maybe I was wrong for saying that, but I don't think so. Thank you, G. William Scott, for that. That takes compassion, which too many people don't have anymore. Good evening, my dear Lady T, and to everyone here tonight. Hey, I believe that compassion is something that you have a heart for or you don't. In my opinion, it doesn't matter if I know someone in need. I'm just a compassionate person, and you are. That's just the way God created me, and I'm glad that He did. Yep, I'm glad that He did too, because you are compassionate. You really are. You're not wrong. Hey, Brother Gerald. Even when we were living at our other residence, people would come out and like when it did snow, it was a measurable amount of snow. But and I ain't gonna lie though, my brother-in-law and my sister and her husband came over, and her husband literally came over and dug me out, because that's when I was driving. And he literally came over. He called and said, sis, you okay? I was like, no, I need somebody to dig me out, because the people on the street, everybody else was getting dug out, and nobody came to say, and I was willing to pay. And nobody came to say, miss, we can dig you out. I even asked somebody to dig us out, and they was like, no. They wouldn't do it. I was like, well, dang, I'm going to pay you. Like, what's up? And that answer was no. But my brother-in-law did come. He came. Now, look at this. This is what I'm going to tell y'all. This is how this looks. Now, this wood glue dries really quick. That's what I like about this wood glue. It dries very quickly. So, get you some of this wood glue. It's going to work for you. Get yourself some wood glue. It's going to work for you. Now, this is the heart. This is the heart. This is the heart. You see how easy that was? It's simple. It's easy. It's quick. I'm going to count the blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45 blocks I used for this. She said butter. She is cracking me up with this. So 45 blocks, and the towering I can't even talk. the tumbling tower game has 72 blocks in it. It has 72 blocks in it. So I just counted 45. Now, if you wanted to do like the other crafter that I named earlier, Bonnie Bling, she had a way bigger heart, but she doubled it on the inside. She she made a whole second row on the inside, which I'm not going to do for this one. I don't think I'm going to do that. For this one, I'm just going to chill with this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the top. Now, you can either use one of these to make the top for your whatever you're going to make this out to be. You can use this, or you can use a piece of foam board, and you can use the foam board to make it a little bit larger, so it can be bigger than the jewelry box. It's up to you how you want to do that. But this is part one, and I wanted to show you this. I'm not going to paint it right now because I want it to dry. But I just wanted to give you a little heads up. If this is how, I mean, if you want to make one of these, this is how I did it. And again, on the sides, you're going to see some gaps because we both know, or we all know that Dollar Tree, all this stuff doesn't always line up or match up. Now, if you really want it to look nice, you can put a filler in here. You can, if you have some types of machines that can cut these things, you can put a filler in there. I don't have anything like that. I don't have anything like that that I can stick in there. But I can stick a piece of um, especially in this one, you can actually stick a piece of this in it. And this is the skewers. So you can stick a piece of this since this one is so wide, or you can just use some spackle to put in there. This is lightweight spackling, and I did use this on my big jewelry box that I made, and I need more room. This is all-purpose interior construction adhesive. Okay, and it says you can use this on wood, drywall, plaster, ceramic, concrete, masonry, brick, and foam board. So if you wanted to fill in the gaps, you could actually use this too to fill up the gaps. Now I feel like I'm a real crafter. I feel like a real crafter using this stuff right here. So, okay, so y'all know I just did this. But you can take this stuff like this and fill in that hole. And I didn't use this earlier because I actually forgot I had it. But you can use this to fill this out. Because once you get ready to paint it, you don't want any gaps. Okay? You don't want any gaps. And you're just going to put this in here like this. And then you're going to let it dry. So this is another reason why I'm saying this is part one, because I need all of this to dry before I get to painting. And so whatever's left over on this, then you can basically just sand it down. You just want to put this in, like, this is a lot right here. So filling in a donut. Filling in a donut. Okay? and make it as even as you can. This one has a lot of gaps in it. I didn't realize it had as many. But you just fill that in and then let it dry and then sand it down. And then you can paint it. Because you really don't want to paint it and then realize, oh, I should have filled in the gaps. Yep. As good as you can. It don't have to be pretty while you're doing it, for sure. But you want to make sure the gaps are filled in, even at the top, because you want it to be seamless as possible. Right? This is what get it, shorty. This one right here. I'm not trying to use my fingers. As you sand it down. I've never used this stuff before. I mean, I did, but I used it on something completely different. And if you can't get all of the gaps and you're okay with that, then hey, keep it moving. Any gaps for me? Go pile it on in, honey. Pile it on in. Get it on. Get the goo in there. And keep on pressing. After y'all using this stuff. I keep seeing people use this stuff and I never got a chance. I never had a reason to use it, really. It can be smooth and look pretty, you know? You don't want your stuff to be all... What is that ringing and stuff? It sounds like something's getting ready to cut off because it keep making that noise, but I don't know what it is because it's not my phone. See, these look like snaggletooth. Because everybody knows that when you're working with Dollar Tree, things are not always going to be even. Dollar Tree has come up since they went up to $1.25. They still lack in some things. They still lack in some things, and one of them being that stuff is uneven. Two are the same thing and they the same size. Rarely. Dollar Tree, I'm not hating on you though. I'm not hating. I'm not hating on you, Dollar Tree. I'm not hating. I'm talking about you. I'm not hating. And I'm just explaining. Remember Ricky said, Lucy, you have some explaining to do. And while I'm trying to fill in these holes. Some of your stuff is just a little uneven, Dollar Tree. It's just a little uneven. Then that's making that noise. It's getting on my nerves. Noise when I don't want to hear it. It's super chat, y'all. Thank you, husband. It's 25-year mark in this marriage of ours. That's next year, though. So we'll have a 25th anniversary, and I'll be 60. What? I want to be 60 so bad. It's a milestone. I want to brag and say, I'm 60. That's. I feel like my husband, when he wanted to be 70, he wanted to be 70 so bad. 70. And he's enjoying every part of it. Well, I ain't going to say every part of it, but he's happy to be 70. Uh-oh. I stand corrected. He just said he's more than 70. And he's right. He's 71. He's 71. Kudos. 3 score and 10. Oop. He said, keep the kudos in my nose. I'm done. See, that's what I mean. That's why he was glad to turn 70, so he can just say what he want to say. That's why he wanted to turn 70, y'all. That's the real deal. There must be this phone in this box that's making that noise. That's probably what it is, too. Yep. Okay, y'all, so, but I got to run, but I'll check out the rest later. Looking good, girlfriend, and love you. Love you, too, if you still on there. But so this is how it's looking. And it's looking kind of ratchet, but I'm going to take my finger and smooth out what I can, because I really want it to be nice and cohesive. I don't want it to be having all those gaps. And then when I go to sand it, I don't want it to be ridiculous. So that's why I'm smoothing it out with my finger right now. And see, when I made the first one, see, when you make things on the first try, you're learning. Actually, it's a learning process. And see how smooth this goes on? This goes on so smooth. I like this stuff. It's very smooth. Now it just makes me want to close up. It's just, I don't want to see any holes. Large, small. That's that tablet. That's what that is, making that noise. I was wondering. That's that tablet. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for telling me that, because I didn't know what it was. That's my niece's tablet. It needs to be charged. Yo, this is kind of relaxing to do this. Okay, you love. You love essentials. I'm joining the ranks, honey. I'm using the big crafter stuff. That's what y'all use. Lots of glitter and I don't even know how to pronounce her channel, but it's lots of glitter and SHIIIII. need some more in here because that's not filled in enough. And that is, here you go. There you go. I said it and it was so. Okay. I think we're done here. My husband in there snacking on something. I'm like him, I'm hungry too. I'm hungry, but I don't feel good. I just wanted to pop in real quick and show y'all this and show y'all my method of doing this. I probably should have still put that stick in here because it still looks like it's going to be a gap. But it's not as bad as it was. And I'm holding it like this because the other side has this stuff on it and I don't want to get it on the table. So y'all basically see what I'm doing. And tomorrow, because I'm not going to wait for it to dry tonight because I'm extremely tired and I don't feel well. But I'm going to revisit this tomorrow. And then I'm going to smooth it out and everything with my sander. And then I'm going to decide what I want, how I want to do the inside, if I want to paint it, which I know I'm going to paint it. That's a given. But what color do I want to paint it? Because the one that I did earlier, I actually painted it black on the inside, but the outside had silver glitter. And when I tell you my people over here are mad at me about all this glitter around this house, I had so much glitter on me that I can't even cook because I don't want the glitter to get in the food. I know nobody wants to eat glitter. That's not food safe glitter. That's not glitter that you would put on the cake or something like that. This is actual glitter for crafting. So I know they're sick of me because there's glitter everywhere, but it's okay. They still love me, I think. I hope. I'm trying to keep my workstation a little bit clean around here. It's not working. So we said we used about 45, I believe I said 45 of these blocks, the tumbling tower blocks. And again, the person that I originally got this design from, she made 2 rows of the blocks, putting them on the inside. She made 2 rows. And when you do that, that makes this thing very heavy. So you might want to consider that if you're thinking about doing this. If you're even thinking about putting 2 rows in there, you might want to consider that. This one, I'm not going to put 2 rows in. I have just made that executive decision that I'm not going to put 2 rows in here. It's too much. You would have to use two boxes. Well, 45 and 45 is 90. So you would have to use a pack and a half of these tumbling tower blocks. But again, that would just be extremely heavy to try and put 2 rows, so I'm not going to do it. But again, you can use, I got this heart, you can use this to go directly on top of this like this, but you are going to have some edges exposed because again, these things are not always matching, and it wasn't made for this anyway. So, but there's ways around it. There's ways around it. If you decorate it the right way, it'll be, you can work it out. So we're going to, again, let this dry, and it's drying already. It's drying already, but I want it to fully dry so that when I come back in the morning, if it's the Lord's will, come back in the morning, and then I'll do the rest. But I'm not going to do the rest live. I'm not going to do the rest of this live. I'm going to do this with on a video, and then that way you can go back and you can refer to this and then follow me with the rest. But I am going to sand it. I'm going to make a video and sand it. But yeah, so that's where we are with that. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. For those of you who joined me, if you're still here, give me a thumbs up. And again, thanks to my husband for the super chat. And like I said, if it's the Lord's will, we'll be back. And we'll make this box tomorrow. All right, guys. God bless. Good night.